Sin Media acknowledges and pays respect to the people of the Woi Wurrung and Bun Wurrung language groups of the Eastern Kulin Nations on whose unceded lands the Sin office and studios stand. Sin Media respectfully acknowledges their ancestors and elders, past, present and emerging. Sin Media also acknowledges the traditional custodians and their ancestors of the lands and waters across Australia where our content reaches and on which Sin partner organisations stand. Sovereignty has never been ceded. It always was and always will be Aboriginal land.
So scandalous.
Anticipating something?
Talking about the dance in your pants.
You're listening to The Naughty Rude Show, Sin's home of sexuality, identity and relationships on Sin Nation.
So scandalous.
Hello everyone and welcome to The Naughty Rude Show here on Sin. We have a fantastic episode coming up today, a very special episode because tomorrow is a Valentine's Day, the most important day of the year when you are a dating and relationship advice show. It's going to be a great hour. We're going to be going through so many things for Valentine's Day, offering some advice, telling some stories, answering a question, all of that good stuff. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can always reach out on our socials. You can find us at Naughty Rude Sin on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we are The Naughty Rude Show on Omni, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. And if you want to submit a question anonymously, you can go to linktr.ee/The Naughty Rude Show. As I said, we have a great first hour coming up. You will be meeting some of our presenters for the year, and they will be taking you through so many things for Valentine's Day, so stick around. However, sometimes the content we talk about here can be a little bit heavy, so if you do need to reach out, please don't hesitate to hit up some helplines. You can access Beyond Blue at 1300-224-636. That's 1300-224-636. Kids Helpline at 1-800-55-1800. That's 1-800-55-1800. And Q Life Helpline at 1-800-184-527. That is 1-800-184-527. Like I said, we have a fantastic first hour coming up. You are listening to The Naughty Rude Show here on Sin.
Just to bring you guys back to The Naughty Rude Show, we are in our second episode. We've got new presenters, Taymi and Portia, with us today, and your old presenters, or not so old, Indi and Zack. Today we're going to be talking all about Valentine's Day. And I guess our first question, Taymi, I'll direct this one towards you. We are introducing ourselves and talking about our experiences in relationship status and why you joined the Naughty Rude. So I'll throw that to you, Taymi, first.
Hi there, I'm Taymi. So my relationship with Sin is that this is actually my first time on the airwaves. I've been part of Sin for a year now, and I've worked on 1700, the TV show which airs on Channel 31. Very heavily affiliated with that this year. Go watch us. This is my first time on the airwaves. I chose the Naughty Rude Show because I have been known to be a little bit naughty rude. It's a topic that interests me to no end. I think it's fun. I think that we should talk about a lot of naughty rude things a lot more. And my relationship is that, I currently have a partner. I've had a partner for just about 2 years now and still haven't celebrated the Valentine's Day though. So, yeah.
That'll be an awesome first Valentine's Day, I'm sure. Maybe some big plans. Do you have anything on the go?
Unfortunately, not this year. I gave up after last year.
Oh, no. There's a story that I can tell. We'll get stuck into that later. Portia, how about yourself?
Well, my experience with Sin is I've been with Sin since 2018. I've been doing Get Serial, Arts Midden, and I've came to the Naughty and Rude Show because I thought it might be good to give some tips on relationships and stuff. And my relationship status is married.
That's pretty big for the Naughty Rude Show. We're really keen to hear about what plans you have for Valentine's Day as well. And it's awesome that you got so much experience with Sin. We're in really good hands here on the Naughty Rude Show this season.
For sure. Can't wait to hear more from you two. Can't wait to hear what some of that advice that you two have definitely got for us. Remember, if you want to submit some questions to us, you can always hit us up on our socials. Those are at Naughty Rude Sin on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Or you can go to linktr.ee/The Naughty Rude Show. So send us in some questions, send us in some stories. Taymi, Portia, Indi, myself, we are all here to help give you the advice you need. Taymi, Portia, how do you feel about that? Giving some advice out to people?
Weirdly confident. Don't know if I should feel confident, but I feel weirdly confident.
Weirdly confident is still confident. We love that. Portia, what about yourself?
Oh, she gonna drive. I feel good about it.
Feeling good about it, feeling great about it. That is fantastic. You are listening to the Naughty Rude Show on Sin with Zack, Indi, Portia, and Taymi.
Welcome back to the Naughty Rude Show. My name is Taymi. You're also here with Portia. Now, we're talking all things Valentine's Day today. So, Portia, do you celebrate Valentine's Day?
I celebrated Valentine's Day once before, but besides that, I don't really do much on Valentine's Day.
Only once? What happened?
Yeah.
Where'd you go? How did it happen?
I took my husband to the Ferris wheel in Melbourne and went on the Valentine's date on there.
Very sweet. And was he your husband at the time?
Yes, he was.
How long have you two been together for / married?
Been married since the 7th of July 2018, and then we started dating in 2017 in October.
Oh, well, that's really sweet. You two have
How
been together
about
for a while
yourself?
then, which is lovely. You've spent lots of Valentines together. And for the one that you decided to spend it on, I think that you did something very special.
Yes, I did. How about yourself, Tammy?
I have tried to celebrate Valentine's once. It was last year, my first year in a relationship for Valentine's Day. Of course, last year, though, was when we had a 5-day lockdown. I had plans with my partner. We had a hotel room booked in the city. Accommodation was all booked, paid for. We had a couple of things that we were going to do. It wasn't going to be super exciting, but it was also going to be fairly exciting, and got cancelled by a 5-day lockdown.
What were
I've
you
given up
going
since
to do?
then. I'm not going to the effort this year because it was all for nothing last year.
What did you have planned last year?
Oh, we were just going to do a couple of things around the city. We were going to go to have like high tea. I think we're going to go to the aquarium. It was mostly just an excuse to get away, but that didn't happen. Then for our anniversary, which comes a couple of months later, we were like, okay, it's fine. We'll book in. We can do something else this time. This time we had accommodation booked up the Mornington Peninsula. We were going to go to the hot springs. It was going to be our anniversary. It was going to be sweet. It was going to be this. It was going to be that. Guess who got another 5-day lockdown?
You guys.
I've given up on romance.
Don't
I
give
love my
up.
boy, love my partner. Never doing anything with him ever again.
Don't give up. It will work this year if you try.
Nah, as soon as I put it in the books, I promise you something will come up and everybody will reap the consequences.
Oh, that's funny.
How do you feel about the stereotypical parts of Valentine's Day, though? The red roses, box of chockies. Are we opposed? Do you appreciate?
Yeah, I feel good about them. I like having them, especially chocolate. They're
I was
always
going to say,
good
there's
have.
never a bad time for chocolate in my books, but
Chocolates are always good to have.
never a bad time.
No, they aren't. You're listening to the Naughty Rude Show on Sin.
You are currently listening to the Naughty Rude Show here on Sin. I am Zack. I'm joined by Portia and Taymi today, and we are talking all things Valentine's Day. And we've got an interesting little question coming up. A bit of advice to be given, perhaps. We are, after all, an advice show. And the question is this: is Valentine's Day a good day for a first date? Is it a good time to ask someone on a date on Valentine's Day? I'm interested to hear what you two think. So, Taymi, is Valentine's Day a good day for a first date?
See, I don't think it's bad because I feel like all your intentions are kind of put forward. It's not is this a friendly date? Is this just a friendly catch up? Like, la 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 la. It kind of, to me, solidifies that perhaps there is an interest there.
Right,
but also
right.
In the grand scheme of things, I do think that Valentine's Day is just another day. So it depends on what's going on. It depends on the context, where you're going, what you're doing, how you're acting. I think there's no harm in it, though. Never any harm.
Yeah, what about your thoughts, Portia?
I don't think I would invite someone out on a Valentine's date on the day because it's a bit late to ask them on the day because then you can't plan what you're going to do.
Yeah, you need to have a bit of forethought. You need to
Yes.
plan ahead, especially Valentine's Day, things get busy.
Yeah, and you want to plan on what you're doing and make it as special as you can for that day.
Course. But how long do you reckon you'd need to know someone before you'd want to ask them out on Valentine's Day? Like, do you feel like, because personally, I feel like there might be a little too much pressure there almost. It's like, it's Valentine's Day, you need to make it the perfect day. And it's like, if that's a first date with someone I've just met or have only spoken to a little bit, it's like, well, that's a big day,
I reckon maybe about 6 months to a year.
Yeah? Like, give it a bit of time. What about you, Taymi?
Give
What do
it
you
a
think?
time so that you can get to know them and what they like and what they'll probably want to do for Valentine's Day.
That's a good point. You need to find something that both people will like. Taymi, what do you think? How long would you wait? Like, would you wait, or do you reckon, like you said earlier, you think it's kind of just another day to you?
Yeah, I still stand by that. I don't think that there's a right answer or a wrong answer. I think it's all subjective.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any harm in it. If it was a first date, if it was even just a Tinder date, first time meeting them.
You do Tinder date on Valentine's Day? First time meeting them?
Look, I wouldn't be opposed. Depends on the context. Depends on how I'm vibing with this person. But no harm in it. A date's a date. Never say no to a date. Dates are fun.
Do you think dates on Valentine's Day do you think they carry more weight or not really?
I think they definitely can. I don't think that they should. I don't think that they always do, but they can.
Okay.
It's always what you put into it, I think.
Valentine's Day is what you make of it.
Exactly. And I think that that's why I'm so nonchalant about it. It doesn't have to be a big deal. What you put into it is what you get out of it. If you do want that big first date, Valentine's Day, oh my God, imagine us telling the grandchildren about this, then go for it. To each their own. Doesn't have to be, though. It can just be just another day. Just
a nice little catch up. You wouldn't do the whole romantic dinner on Valentine's Day for the first date. Just do something keep it simple.
Either or.
Either or.
Both are fine options.
Fair enough. Portia, what do you think?
I think the same. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. So it's not really one way or the other. It's another day. It's a decent day for a first date. Same as any other day. It's really about putting together the first date in the first place.
Yep, that's right.
That's fair. What if you were dating someone who thought differently about Valentine's Day? How would you negotiate that? Let's say your partner was really into it, they really wanted to, but then you were kind of like, Do you reckon you can make that work?
What I'll do is we'll try to compromise and make it both what we want. also take into consideration of what we both want to do.
So keeping that like in mind, keeping what your partner wants in mind, but also pushing forth what you have in mind.
Yes, that's right. You're listening to the Naughty Road Show here on Sin.
So we're coming back with a question from a listener. This was submitted anonymously through our link tree. You can find that at linktr.ee/The Naughty Rude Show. Feel free to submit your own questions through that link. You can find it on all of our social medias. The question for today is, what is the difference between water and a silicone-based lube? So, do you know the answer to this, Portia?
No, I don't have the answer to this one.
Okay, that's handy because I do. There are actually three main types of lubricant that you can find around. There is water and silicone, which are named here. There is also an oil-based lube. The difference between a water and a silicone-based one is not a great difference, but small little tweaks here and there. Water-based lube is fantastic for if you're just starting out. Pretty good for all skin types, very safe to use, great for penetration, masturbation, all of the good stuff. The one downside of water-based lube is that it, of course, is water soluble. So it's not great if you're playing around with shower play, things like that. It just will not work, will not do its job to the best that it can do it. It will also last a good amount of time. However, a silicone-based lube will last a little bit longer. A silicone-based lube is, of course, made out of silicone. It is fantastic. It is less hypoallergenic, I guess, than water-based lube. You can have minor reactions to it. That one stays wetter for longer. Silicone-based lube is great for use in water. Biggest downside of silicone-based lube, though, is that it's not ideal for masturbation. If you are using a silicone-based toy, it can in fact melt it. The other one that I mentioned as well is an oil-based lube. Oil-based lubes do have their benefits, but there are more downsides to them. You're at a greater risk of infection. You are at a high risk of a condom breaking if you're using condoms. And essentially, there are better options, the better options of which are the water and silicone-based lubes. So there are the pros and there are the cons.
I'm just going to jump in and quickly add, water-based lube also washes out of things easier. So if keeping bed sheets clean is a priority to you, I would highly recommend you go with those and avoid the silicone-based lube because it can stain things quite easily. That being said, like you said, Taymi, it is a lot sort of nicer feeling. It's meant to last longer. It's meant to be a bit silkier almost, whereas the water-based lube just washes off things so much easier and will need to be reapplied a lot more. But, you know, both are solid options. And hey, better to have lube than not have it at all.
You are very correct there. And I can't believe that I did just forget the most important part, the cleanup. We always think about doing the act and never the aftermath, do we?
Oh, it's always so much worse. So much worse. You just want it to be done and just things to be clean, but that's not how the world works. You gotta clean up. You gotta do that as much as you don't want to sometimes. But it's a lot easier if you use water-based lube.
There are always consequences to our actions.
There are always consequences to our actions. That being said, make sure you pick the lube that will have the least consequences to your actions. You want to go in the shower? Silicone. You want it to be easy to clean? Water. Using a toy? Water. Not sure? Preferably water, in my opinion. It's just the more universal option.
Universal, safe, does its job, is good.
Just while we're talking about lube, might as well add that you also can get some that are sort of meant to be like scented or flavored. Generally speaking, though, I'd recommend avoiding those. They can have allergens in them that just regular lube doesn't. Can be worth experimenting with, but if you're not sure, just go with something simple. Get your plain water or your plain silicone-based lube. Start with that. Don't get anything too fancy to start off with. Might not be your cup of tea.
So scandalous.
We are the Naughty Rude Show. You can find us on social media at Naughty Rude Sin on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the Naughty Rude Show on Omni, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. We take submissions, any sort of naughty rude submissions that you might have, naughty rude questions. Feel free to hit us up. You can find us at linktr.ee/the Naughty Rude Show. Link to that is on all of our social medias. And we are talking all things Valentine's Day today. It's very chill day today, very relaxed show for us. However, sometimes we do talk about some heavy topics. If you struggle with anything that you do here on this show, please reach out to Beyond Blue. You can reach them on 1300 224 636. Again, that's 1300 224 636. We have Kids Helpline on 1-800 55 1800. Again, 1-800 55 1800. And Q Life Helpline on 1-800 184 527. Again, we are talking all things Valentine's Day today, so stay tuned for some fun topics. Right now, you're listening to the Naughty Rude Show on Sin.
So scandalous.
Now, tell me, do you like receiving gifts on Valentine's Day?
I do, a lot more than I thought that I ever would. I remember when I first got into my current relationship, we did the whole love language test and something else. And in my head, I was always like, nah, I could never like put receiving gifts above anything else. Like, I'm a spend time with people. I'd rather do other things before I receive gifts. But as time has gone on, I've learned a lot about myself, and I've realized that I am more superficial than I thought, and I do enjoy a good gift. What about you? What do you think?
I like receiving gifts as they're kind of like a big surprise to me. So
That's how I like it. I can spend quality time with my partner whenever I want. It's very rare that I do get a bit of a gift.
what sort of gift would you like for Valentine's Day?
For Valentine's Day and any other day, I am a firm believer that the best gifts are all edible gifts. Any sort of food, 100% I'm there. Box of Chockies, Uber Eats ordered to my door, McDonald's, I'll take it. I'll take it all. And edible gifts are the best gifts, hands down. You can't prove me otherwise.
Well, a gift that I usually would like is probably just like some money. So then if I find anything I want, I can go buy that gift.
Money is always a very, very welcome gift.
Because
money is freedom.
All the time I never know what I want. So people just give me money, and then when I find out what I want, I just go get it from there.
Exactly. Because, see, in the moment, you don't even know what you want. The gift of money gets you thinking about, okay, well, what do I want? What do I need? What can I get right now?
Yes, definitely.
It's the treat that you get to treat yourself, but also it's not a treat from yourself.
What would make a good or appropriate gift?
For Valentine's, I think that it comes down to the situation that you are in. As in, I do think that if you're a new couple celebrating Valentine's for the first time, the cute little Valentine's little teddy bears, I feel like they are quite welcome. Not bad. However, if you were to give it to, I don't know, somebody who you've been in a relationship for 10 years with, if you were to give them like a little Valentine's bear, I feel like that's a gift that has a time period, has an expiry date.
Yeah, that's right. A appropriate gift for me would probably be something that I can use or something that is helpful to me. So not something that I would never use.
You're more of a practical gift person?
Yeah, that's right.
100%. That is always so welcome. It's never worth it if you get gifted something that is just never going to be used, you don't need. Although sometimes I will admit it is quite nice to have the things that you don't need. That's something fun that I've learned about being in a relationship. I can tell you that.
Well, speaking of appropriate gifts, I might jump in with a little bit of a quiz here. Not a quiz, but more a questionnaire. I'm going to list off some pretty, not necessarily common, but gifts that at least I've seen people buy their partners, or I've seen advertised quite a bit. And I just want to hear, you two, just your quick thoughts on, is this a good gift? What situations make this a good gift? Things like that. How are we feeling?
Sounds
I'm
good to
feeling
me.
intrigued.
All right. So, box of chocolates. Yay or nay?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yay, always.
Yay to the chocolates. All right. What about if it was more of an experience type thing, like someone got you two tickets to go to a concert?
Yeah.
Yay. Always yay. Yep.
We're big on the chocolates, big on the concert tickets. Travel vouchers. That's what I see a lot.
Yay. I feel like most of these, well, aside from the chocolates, I guess, depending on your stance, I feel like these all come under the practical gifts, though.
Oh, don't worry, we're getting to some impractical ones very soon. In fact, probably arguably the most impractical gift you could possibly get someone, balloons.
I would still say yay.
You're still yay for balloons?
They're easily disposable if you don't want them.
Portia, what are your thoughts on the balloons?
I'll say no for that one.
We've got a nay! Not a fan?
No, not a fan for balloons.
Alright, so watch yourself if you're buying balloons. What about flowers? Kind of in a similar category to balloons, of the more decorative, but a lot of people seem to find them a little more fancy.
Again, yay.
Flowers.
But what was that, Portia?
I'll say yes for flowers.
Yay for the flowers. How would we feel if someone didn't get you a gift necessarily, but they just took you out for dinner?
Yes.
We're a yay for
I
dinner.
haven't said nay to any of these, and I don't plan on it. Yay. Yay all the way.
Alright, well this is probably going to be the most, not controversial, but definitely the most naughty, rude one. And it's one that I see advertised all the time. What if your partner got you a sex toy for Valentine's Day? Is that a yay or a nay?
That's a big yay, I say.
Big yay to that one. They're expensive. They always go on sale on Valentine's Day, though.
It's welcome. It's exciting. I just don't see a downside to it.
We've got a yay to everything except for balloons so far has gotten solid yays across the board.
And I'll say no for that one.
Oh, we've got 2 nays for that one there. 2 nays, 2 nays. There we go. So there's just, those are the gifts that I tend to see people offering the most. I mean, Taymi, you mentioned earlier, I guess we'll just throw this one out there then. The teddy bears, which, to be fair, I tend to find them horrifying. But Portia, Taymi, what are your thoughts?
I think teddy bears are good because then you can give flowers and a teddy bear to the person you're on a Valentine's date with that has a love heart with I love you teddy bear.
We are yay for the teddy bear. Taymi, what are your thoughts?
This is the one that I've got the closest to saying nay to, but I'm going to say yay, purely because I've said yay to everything else. Keep the gifts coming.
All right. Well, I think that's a pretty solid roundup of most of the gifts that I've seen around. Do either of you have any other common ones that you think I've missed out on here?
I think we've hit them all. The only other one that I can think of is perhaps like a plant, but I suppose that comes under the flower category, so...
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm going to put in my 2 cents. I would prefer a plant over flowers. That's because I have allergies.
I thought it was going to be because the plant keeps living. The flowers will die.
You have no idea on my ability to keep flowers and plants alive. You have greatly overestimated me.
Okay, we'll go for the allergy angle then, if that's the one that we're going to go with.
That's the angle I'm going with.
You are listening to The Naughty Rude Show. And today we're talking all things Valentine's Day. I think the most exciting thing that we haven't spoken about yet is what to do if you're single on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is not reserved exclusively for people in relationships, and people need to realize this. So, guys, what do you think are the best things that you can do if you are single on a Valentine's Day?
Just go out and have a nice dinner and buy yourself a box of chocolate.
Treat yourself before you treat anybody else.
Yep, that's right. Treat yourself and make yourself special.
I'm going to jump in on the box of chocolates train. Valentine's Day, things can get cheap the day after Valentine's Day, and I am willing to take advantage of that to get cheap chocolates because I love chocolates.
Absolutely. See, that's a great one for people that are doing something on Valentine's Day, though. Keep the party going the next day.
Keep the party going, you know? Valentine's Day doesn't end on the 14th. Valentine's Day ends when you decide it ends.
Exactly. Valentine's Day for the singles, I think, is for friends.
For friends? You would do a friend date?
You and your single friends? I have done a friend date, actually.
You have done a friend date?
About that.
Do you care to share about your friend date?
Absolutely. It was 2 years ago now. Actually, no, that is a lie. It was well over 2 years ago. It was a while ago, is my point. And myself and my friend Samantha were the only friends who were single in the friendship group. Everybody had their couples Valentine's plans, and we wore formal dresses and walked around the city and went to Santuro and Nando's. And it was the most romantic thing that I could have done with my friend Samantha, particularly when a week before Valentine's Day, she actually got in a relationship.
Oh my God.
And still chose me as her Valentine.
Oh my God. So wait, you went to Nando's in formal dress?
Yeah, in the city. Elizabeth
Living it up. Truly a Valentine's Day for the ages.
It was phenomenal. I was wearing a fur coat. She had like a silk dress. Both in our heels, Santuro afterwards. Actually, I think we went to Santuro beforehand. Either way, phenomenal. Good day.
So absolutely.
Best friend's Valentine's Day in my books.
Yes to the friend's date. Portia, what do you think of the friend date on Valentine's Day?
I think it'll be a good idea because then you're not alone. You're doing something with someone.
Yeah, like, it's all about spending... Like, here's the thing, Valentine's Day is about relationships, but it doesn't have to be about romantic ones. It can be about friends, you can go on a platonic date, do things like that, live it up. Or just take yourself out on a date. What if someone just wanted to go, like, just by themselves on a date? What would you two recommend?
So many things. I'm not one who is opposed to sitting alone at a restaurant. I think that's one of the best things that you can do. I think that activities are fun. I like to simply just wander around, see what sights and sounds I can find. One of my favorite things to do alone is to go to the art gallery. Highly recommend that people do that. Not
Phenomenal
even going
choice.
anywhere. Sitting at home is a fantastic act of self-love, in my opinion. So,
yeah, I mean, look, we already spoke about lube, so go back and listen to that segment, and then show yourself a little self-love on Valentine's Day. This is the Naughty Rude Show. You know, that's what we're all about.
look, not exactly what I meant, but like, you're not wrong. I'm not going to argue against you.
Oh God. But seriously though, like, I think taking yourself out on a date is one of the nicest things to do, especially on a day when everyone is kind of going out on dates. Like, you got to show yourself that little bit of self-compassion. Really make it, live it up a little. Personally, for one, I'm a big fan of, like, going to, like, a spa or a hot spring. Like, go by yourself. You can go to whichever, like, pool you want. You don't have to, like, wait for other people. It's great. It's amazing.
I think the sad thing about, the thing that people think is sad about being alone is that people are going to watch you. People are going to look and think, oh, wow, you're alone. Why are you doing this alone? But like, little do you realize, how often do you actually think that when you see somebody out in public on their own? I can guarantee you it's like next to never. And I only say next to never in case there is somebody on their own that's just doing something weird.
Portia, what are your thoughts on the self date? Where would you take yourself if you were just going out by yourself?
To a restaurant, or I would stay at home and watch Netflix with a bowl of popcorn.
Phenomenal. Netflix, yes. Speaking of like bowls of popcorns, movie dates. Take yourself out to see a movie. Live it up a little, you know? It's the day to me. It's the day to show love. Show some love to yourself. See a romantic movie. There are so many of those.
It's more fun being out in public than it is sitting at home.
Yeah, well, sometimes.
Or as we said before, or is it?
Well, it depends. That depends.
Now, how can we celebrate Valentine's Day for free? Tell me, what do you think?
I feel like doing all things for free, there is a bit of an art to it. You just have to know where to go and what to do. And the good news is that I'm incredibly stingy. So do I have some ideas for you? As I've said before, art gallery is fantastic. You can spend hours there. You can just roam around by yourself. You can roam around there with a partner. It's a fantastic location. It's nice and quiet. If you're not vibing the conversation, you can just go walk at another painting. Go do something else. It's fine. Go to the art gallery. Along that line, we have the museum. Museum is also fantastic. Wander around, see what you can find. Other than that, I feel like a walk never goes astray. It's so simple, but it's so easy. Whether you're on your own with a group of friends doing Valentine's, I don't know what your vibe is. Go for a walk. Go for a walk with your partner. It can be therapeutic. Get some fresh air. What do you think, Portia? Do you have any furthermore ideas?
I probably think going for a barbecue and having a nice
that
day
is
at
a
the
very
park.
good one.
And then maybe going to like a river and having a swim, or even staying at home and having a movie day. I don't know what else.
I mean, I'm definitely partial to like going for a swim. Like take a beach day trip, you know?
I was
Pack up
going to
some
say, that
towels.
is a fantastic idea. That's not one that crosses my mind often, but February weather does tend to be quite nice for a swim, hey?
True. Well, February. It's February. Well, we're recording from Melbourne, so if you know anything about Melbourne, you know that the weather is unpredictable and it can rain a lot. So maybe not the best idea, but as good as any, you know?
Depends on the hour with Melbourne. Maybe there'll be a nice hour for swimming. Who knows?
You might get lucky. And if you don't, well then you're singing in the rain, and that's a romantic movie. So there you go. You make it work.
Which is also free, by the way. Walk in the rain.
Yep. I mean, it needs to be raining.
So many activities.
I do like want to go back, Taymi, to your suggestion of like a museum date. I think that's like the perfect date, honestly. If you're looking to do something like cheap, if not free, hitting up like a museum is just so solid because there's like things to talk about. It gives you like conversation starters. Like you don't need to worry about coming up with things to say. You can just talk about what you're seeing. It's fantastic.
Exactly. And there's so much to see. You can spend hours. You can spend the whole day just wandering.
Exactly. I'm also one who will definitely suggest going for a walk through like a city and going for a bit more of an explore if you can. Try to find like, you know, find a place you've never been to before, even if it's like just, for example, a laneway that you don't normally go down. Just see what's down there, you know, do a bit of exploring, wander around. See what there is. You don't have to spend money. You can just have a wander, have a look, do some window shopping, but not actual shopping.
See, I think that spending time with your partner is the most valuable thing, and it's free. No matter what you're doing, you're happy with what you're doing.
Find someone you want to spend the day with. Spend the day with them. What about just like keeping it chill, keeping it local? What would you do? Like, what's something you could do at home? Like, not needing to go out, just something you could do at home for a day. What do you think, Portia?
A movie day. or doing board games,
Ooh, that's a good choice. Solid choice.
or maybe just playing around with your pets.
For sure, for sure. Movies, board games, hanging with the pets. Solid options. What about you, Taymi? What do you think?
This isn't a super free option. However, my partner and myself, we actually did a really fun activity the other day, which is we bought these really cheap teddy bears that have like no fur on them. They're just a plain material. And we bought some texters. And we are halfway through a project where we are coloring in these teddy bears to give to one another eventually. It's very fun. The one that I've made, I think is very cute. My partner has given me a bear with jorts, which is very exciting. But although that isn't super free, get creative. We could draw some pictures. We can draw for each other. Speed drawing is always really fun in my books, mostly because I can't draw, and it's funny seeing what happens with my non-artistic ability. And then again, I think that Portia hit the nail on the head with board games. Board games never go astray.
Everyone loves board games. Just don't play Monopoly. No one likes Monopoly.
I love Monopoly.
Oh no!
You've got to
I
spice
can
things
sit
up
there
somehow.
all day playing Monopoly.
Oh god. Well,
And I love Uno, and I love the board game called
Uno is
Trouble.
solid though. Uno is solid though. I will give you that one. I'm not a Monopoly guy, but Uno is solid.
Now, it is time to wrap up our show. It has been a great time. You can find us at Naughty Rude Sin on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the Naughty Rude Show on Omni, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Link to questions form, link.ee/the Naughty Rude Show. And we have been Portia, Taymi, and Zack. Hope you have a good day, everyone. Bye.